Welcome to wikcrypto.do. Not forget to subscribe and like it. Enjoy watching. Factors determining the price of an NFT. There is no rule book on how to evaluate an NFT valuation. The criteria that you use to evaluate private companies or traditional investment instruments such as stocks do not apply to NFTs. Usually, the payment made by the last buyer is an indication of the value. But for NFTs, it is difficult to predict what the next buyer will be able to pay depending on their forecast. Most buyers lack the ability to logically determine the value of NFTs and base their price quotes on assumptions. It is also difficult for sellers to determine what they will receive in exchange for the tokens they have on hand. Over time, the value of NFTs is driven by a perception that both buyers and sellers may lack any control. An example can make the topic even better. A work of art NFT can be in great demand for a certain period of time. Prospective buyers assume that it is rare and expect to get value in the near future. Then they may suddenly discover that the digital image is free on the internet and there may be no buyer left for the NFT. Factors determining the value of NFTs. Artwork. NFTs of well-known artists or tokens associated with well-known tangible assets may have defined values. But in most cases, investors and traders find it difficult to determine the value of an NFT. Rarity. The demand for an NFT is directly proportional to the perceived shortage, but how can you tell how rare an NFT is? Unique works of art by famous illustrators can give good examples of rare NFTs, such as tokens minted by world-class celebrities. Some rare game items can also successfully call this category. The rarity factor brings an abundance of intrinsic value to these NFTs. An immutable proof of ownership gives the owner of the NFT a sense of distinction and then value. Everyday's The First 5,000 Days by Beeple and Jack Dorsey's first NFT are the main examples of NFTs with an element of rarity. Benefit. To find out how to evaluate NFT projects, it turns out to be an auxiliary key parameter. To carry value, an NFT must have a utility in a real application. For example, NFTs can be used to tokenize real estate, precious metals, and even securities, to represent virtual land or gaming assets, and many other ways. The NFT world is still in its infancy and it is certain that new innovative usage examples will emerge as it matures. Immediately after the mint, an NFT receives value from its distinctive features. Over time, the value is accrued depending on the utility and community strength of the project on which it is based. Decentraland NFTs, referring to virtual land plots in the project, are an excellent example of such tokens. Concreteness. NFTs associated with real-world objects draw an element of concreteness. Together with the immutability of ownership in blockchains, it instantly creates a value in concreteness. NFTs can be effectively used to underline property rights and eliminate fraudulent activities. The practical use of NFTs in the projects in which they are involved has an impact on their value. NFTs with material value are perfectly suited for short-term and long-term trading. Some NFTs, such as tickets, may have expiration dates, while others, such as those representing real estate, may generate more value over time. Interoperability. An important factor in the NFT value proposition is interoperability, i.e. the ability to use tokens in different applications. For example, if the same weapon can be used in different games, then the token is more likely to gain value. How immutable tokens work on different blockchains will always make transactions simpler. However, it is difficult to realize interoperability since developers need to create a large network of applications where tokens can be used. A number of attractive use cases help to instill the interoperability of NFT. Another strategy that developers can follow is to develop partnerships with other projects to benefit people who own their tokens. Social proof. The social evidence related to the project behind an NFT is one of the determining factors determining the value of the NFT. Checking their profiles on social media platforms such as Twitter and Instagram can help measure their acceptability. If the figures are low, it indicates that they have not yet been able to establish a solid foundation for themselves. When you meet any person or project for the first time, there is a natural tendency to get tips from people around the project. Social proof shows what people in general think about a project and helps in making decisions. Ownership history. The identity of the issuer of an NFT and its previous owners has an impact on its value. Tokens created by eminent persons or legal entities enjoy a high value of ownership history. You can improve the NFT value proposition by working with people or organizations with strong brand value to publish NFTs. Reselling NFTs that were previously held by influential people is another way to gain traction. Sunday places and sellers can help buyers find out information about the previous owners of NFTs by providing a simple tracking interface. Highlighting the addresses of investors who have taken home a decent amount from NFT trading will help buyers to get valuable information. Liquidity premium. NFTs with high liquidity also have a higher value. Secondary markets provide instant access to buyers, providing a space for smoothly exchanging ERC or BSC standard NFTs. Investors prefer to put their money in NFT categories with high transaction volume, as greater liquidity helps them to receive their profits with ease. A highly liquid NFT is likely to retain its value even if the associated platform is closed. The token economy emphasizes increased participation, and then liquidity will push the NFT value proposition upwards. An established system that pays off NFTs when they are idle for a long time and promotes competitive assets can help create a solid Sunday. As the NFT Sunday grows, systems will be put in place to support the liquidity of assets. Speculation. There are times when speculation becomes the catalyst behind the price increase. For example, the price of CryptoKitty number 18 slipped from 9 ETH to 253 ETH in just 3 days in December 2017. Valuation, speculation come naturally to people and practically cannot be eliminated. Even in the traditional financial system, instruments such as derivatives are based on speculation. In this light, it is not surprising that speculation has become a non-trivial component of the NFT ecosystem. Price performance charts of NFT items, changes in assets underlying projects, and even events beyond your direct control can fuel speculation and drive prices of NFTs. Continuous change in the NFT ecosystem. NFTs are a newly formed ecosystem that is constantly evolving. Various factors affecting the value of NFTs are developing rapidly, and to increase the accuracy, you need to take them all into account. You can also argue that the discussion is about intrinsic value, but value in general is a subjective concept. In this scenario, it becomes even more difficult to figure out how to determine the value of the future NFT. Since NFTs are an asset class with endless possibilities, we can safely assume that their versatility will grow steadily, and lucrative opportunities will be found in various subcategories. The number of cases of use of NFTs is growing at a great pace. Now NFTs can be used in applications such as ticket distribution to ensure voting rights. When exploring an NFT value estimator, you just need to pay attention to the fact that not everything that glitters is diamond. So be patient and take into account a number of factors when making a decision. Sunday's April, at a time when all kinds of NFT markets are emerging, from all-inclusive platforms like OpenSea to niches like Real Nifty, it is becoming especially important to do due diligence and make an informed decision. Do not forget to subscribe and like it. Stay healthy.